Hello everyone, welcome to another Q&A session of Era School. I'm Andrei, and here's our team, Anna, Denis, and Natalia. Since we don't have any updates about tasks, because you continue sprint number 2, we decided to create a Q&A session, and also we will discuss questions about teamwork. So please, if you have any questions, please write it in the chat. Also, we will ask questions. So please don't hesitate to answer it, and then it will be like a live session. We write a question, you write an answer, and then we will discuss together.
Yeah, let me add something. Unfortunately, this week we figured out that we have some issues with the teamwork, and seems some student didn't understand the principles of Scrum. That today we are going to dive deeper in this theme, and we are expected that you will answer our questions in this chat. Then we will discuss these questions, your answers. Perhaps it will be absolutely correct and we will applaud you, but it might be needed some clarification from our side. So please do not keep silence and provide your ideas, even if you know only some piece of answer, it's also okay. Please share this information with us. And the first question is, what Scrum artifacts are used during a sprint? Or what Scrum artifacts do you know?
Or if you don't know anything, just write down also.
Yeah. I hope Atabek is here.
Now let's see.
Seems only Emilia is here.
Yeah. I see that 3 persons view
including
our
us.
screen. So we are waiting 3 answers from you, guys.
Can we add some points for the people who answer correctly?
Good idea. I get the correct question, not what artifact, what ceremonies is better to ask.
I think the word artifact or ceremony too formal, and maybe our students don't understand this term.
Okay, what activities do you know that related to Scrum?
Or what meetings do you need to attend during this Scrum?
It's a cheating question.
So This topic was in last week. I don't really remember, but it was your homework to learn about Scrum.
Yeah. It was several weeks ago in order to preparation for teamwork, and seems our student today a bit sleepy and are not going to answer our questions. Okay, let's start from sprint planning or daily. I guess we can. I would like to start from sprint planning because it's the very first ceremony of a Scrum. Because without this meeting, you are not able to start your sprint because you are not you don't have information that you should do within your sprint and what your goals, what you should do, and so on. So first of all, it's sprint planning. It's a meeting. Uh, uh, it might be around 1 hour. It's not a short one. And with this meeting, you should decide uh, what tasks should be done within the sprint. To verify what exactly task you are going to add to the sprint, this task should be estimated because you should know that you have enough capacity of your team or of your team members to implement everything of your scope within the sprint. I hope that you didn't forget to have an estimation sessions before you start your sprint. Okay, within the sprint planning, you verify how many tasks you are going to do, and the team should commit it on this scope. It means that you should say, yes, we are able to complete everything within the sprint, and then you can start the sprint. Also, it's a good practice assign task to some people. For instance, within the sprint planning, you assign all tasks for team members, but not necessary step, but it might help you. And the next meeting is daily Scrum. Um,
Yeah, I just wanted to add something about Scrum planning,
yep,
sprint
yep.
planning. Yeah, so about the estimations. Usually, estimations are done in story points, meaning that depending on how much time do you need to complete the ticket, or what is the complexity of the ticket. And in your final task, we kind of provided already the points for every feature you need to do. So basically, that could be marked as estimation for every ticket you created.
You're right. Okay, let's move on to the next meeting. It's a daily Scrum. And it's also one of the most important things about Scrum. You should have meeting every day at the same time, and this meeting should not be longer than 50 minutes. 50 minutes, it's absolutely okay to answer on 3 questions from each team member. What are the questions? First of all, what I did previously, last day or today within the day, depends on the time of your daily meetings. What I'm going to do, and what question uh, no. Do I have have I any questions that prevent me to work today? And that's all. And it's not necessary to discuss any technical issues. It's not a time to resolve this issue. If you have something to discuss, you should do it after the daily meeting. So that's why your daily is the shortest one from comparing with the other meetings, and it should be at the same time every day. And every person should visit this meeting. Uh, the next one, do you have
One moment.
anything? Yep.
Yes, I have something to add. Yeah, during these sprint dailies, not all members are available at the um, exact time. Yeah, and it sometimes it happened even on a real project. And so, as an exception, it might be done via chat, for example, that in a daily chart you mentioned that what you've done previous day and what is your plan for the current day, and yeah, maybe some obstacles you have, or some topics you wanted to discuss, something like this. So it's not always should be done um, on
Verbal.
the exact time and as a meeting, as a real meeting.
I guess it's okay if our student time to time will discuss this question in a chat, but currently I guess it's better to have a planned meeting and visit it every day. It's
Yeah.
only 6 weeks, and I hope our student will find a time when each team member be available.
Yeah,
But
it's always a good practice.
yeah, but Natalia, absolutely correct. Describe the cases when you are not able to visit this meeting by some, I hope, valid reason, but you must share your information for other team members, because every person should know what you are doing now and what your plans, because each person depend on each other, and you should share this information as well as know this information about other team members. Okay, and let's move on to the next typical meeting in sprint review. Basically, at the end of the sprint, you should share the result for stakeholders. It's mean, in case of real project, mostly it's a customer, it's your kind of director who is interested in this project. It's some responsible person. We are calling it stakeholders. And you conduct kind of a demo with the result of the sprint. So you may share your screen and share that we add some features. This feature works this way, and so on and so on. Sometime you may have no to share, but you can share the result related to stories. For instance, we resolve several bugs, we resolve several technical issues, and our application is uploading in 2 times faster, and so on. it might be only in numbers, some charts, some graphics, and so on. It's also okay, but in general, the team share the results related to application they're working on.
Yeah, I
Natalia?
can add. Yes,
I
absolutely.
know.
Yeah, in your final project, you can share this. You can do this demo presentation to your mentor, just saying what you've done during a week or during the whole sprint, and present something just to practice this ceremony.
Yeah, right. In order to our task, your mentor is your main stakeholder. Okay, and let's move on to sprint retrospective. You know, I heard a lot of times that teams prefer to skip this meeting, but I guess it's also important for everyone because it's a time to discuss any issues. For instance, within the sprint, you figure out that your teamwork is not on a good level. For instance, some of you permanently miss the meeting or being later on the meeting or doing something that prevent you to reach the good result at the end of the meeting, and it's a good time to discuss everything. Mostly teams using some words where you add points what was well within the sprint, what should be improved, and action item for the next sprint, action item based of improvement. And it might be take let's say 30 minutes, but it's also necessary important to stabilize work and the team to make this team effective. And without this sprint, without this retrospective, I guess you wouldn't be able to resolve this issue. An amount of team issues became bigger, and one time it might prevent to be a team. So I guess you should conduct sprint retrospective as well as any other meetings. Guys, do you have something to add?
Yeah, I can add that on retrospective, it's also kind of you gaining the motivation for the next sprint based on some achievements you've done during this sprint, and your kind of team spirit is increasing. If you discuss not only bad things, what happened during the sprint, but also good, share some good positive feedback about your team members. And so,
Oh, yeah. Can we also add about grooming? Is it backlog refinement here in this case?
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
But also sometimes you think about tasks and think about what risks you have, maybe some estimations about time or effort that it takes to finish this task. Yeah, so you have such kind of meetings too. And yeah, it can share the knowledge around the team about the way you complete this task, and maybe have some blockers and you need to maybe speak with other team and etc. So a good thing in Scrum activities too.
and usually during backlog refinement, you prioritize the tickets for the next sprint and what should be done first and what should be postponed, something like this. Or you just create tickets for the next sprint.
We have the term backlog health. It means that you have enough work. So without backlog refinements, you are not able to be prepared to the next sprint, and it might lead that you will be without your work, and it's time to find new project. That's why you also must visit refinement session, estimate task, ask question, clarify it, and so on. Okay, I propose to switch to another question, and I hope it's much easier. Who will be responsible for completing the task? Let's see whether someone knows the answer. I know that we have several people in the stream, and I hope that at least anyone knows the answer. And okay, Tatiana answered the whole team. It might be, but let's say who is responsible for completing the task that assigned to you or to some developer.
Yeah, and let's imagine that you have not just 3 members of your team, but your team consists of front end, back end, QAs, project managers, and so on, and Scrum Master, maybe.
Mhm. The whole team is responsible for result, sprint result, but for particular task is responsible the developer who is assigned for this task. What does it mean? Within the sprint planning, you have decided that task A will be done by, let's say, Jon Snow. So that means that you're waiting that Jon Snow will be completed this task within several days, that you decided that this task wait for several days or for several story points that's equal to several days. And why it's important to understand? Because if you are related to this task and you know to know some updates, some ideas, some decision, you may ask this question of this person who assigned to this task. But let's imagine the situation. You resolve your own task in advance, and you see that some task is available, but it's assigned to another developer. What do you think? Is it okay to borrow this task to get this task? Yeah, to get this task and start working on it. Let me duplicate the question in our chat. Andrei, could you please share another question? The next question, I mean. Thanks.
Okay. So, and we have an answer in the chat.
I think, yes, we need to borrow in order to finish the task in time. I'm not sure that I agree with this answer.
I think it can be happen if you discuss it with a person who whom the task was assigned.
Would say with a team, because all teams should know that you complete your own task in advance. You have free time to get something else, and your scrum master, team lead, or the person who is responsible of assigning all tasks should know that you are going to do the task of other people, or this responsible person, in your case, it's your mentor and your team, 1, 2, 3, your team lead should know, because it might be that he or she has another task for you, not this one, and another one. The person who is assigned for this task also have some plans for it. So you must not borrow. You should discuss firstly what you should do in case you have a free time. But please, it's kind of respecting of your team to discuss, first of all, discuss everything, your plans, your availability to the next task, and so on.
That's why daily meetings are so important.
Yeah.
So every team member knows what everyone is doing and how many time left or every team member has.
Communication is a crucial moment of the teamwork. So we understand that you have different levels in your team, and someone can finish task early than other. So just discuss with the team if you can take any task or not. Because maybe someone already have a solution, but still didn't commit. So it will be like a waste of time that you work on this task and someone work on this task. It will be just a waste of your time.
And resources, yes. Yeah, sometimes happens that some people forget to move the tickets from one column to in progress column, from to do to in progress or to review. So even on real
Most cases,
projects.
people is me.
Yeah,
I'm
and
usually forget about it.
Yeah, but we have at least we know at least that we should do it, but in your teams, guys, we seem that some team members don't have a lot of experience, and somebody maybe forget, and so on. And let's summarize one more time. Speak each other, guys.
and sometimes just not borrowing the task from others, kind of stealing the task. Instead, you can just support each other. So you can do a pair programming, for example, or some sharing ideas how to solve the task. So to speed up the person who is assigned to this task, especially if it's a block task for the others.
I think, yeah, more likely in all the teams, I think from my experience, it's rarely when you can just finish everything in advance and then help everyone. Usually just try to just to accomplish what you planned. Yeah, but in case you're real well, so yeah, just let everyone knows, communicate, and inspire, contribute, etc.
And related to question, but what to do if your team is too weak? What do you think?
I think pair programming can work.
Yeah.
Help
So
help each other, speak each other, discuss some
ways to solve.
discuss approaches, solutions, and so on.
I would say create a schedule in your calendar at the end of the each day. Review every pull request until everyone becomes strong. Then that's it.
Yeah. It's kind of synchronous swimming when all team should act in the same in a synchronous manner. And just imagine the situation that one of the swimmers decided to do this program faster and complete all exercises in a, let's say, half a minute before all team. It might be awful. So any team, it's the one mechanism and should act depending on each other. Okay, guys, let's move on to the next question. And
and while you're posting, I will add something. So you can also discuss on the retro within the team how you can support each other to make your team stronger.
the next question is, if you decided within the estimation session that this task might be done in 3 days, or some points, let's talk about days today, and this task should be done in 3 days, can you instead on completing this task today ASAP in 1 hour as soon as possible, but today till the midnight? Yeah, correct. Tatiana answered no, and I agree with her.
It depends. If you have quality assurance for next 2 days, maybe you need to push it to repository today.
But if you have agreement that was done with the estimation that this task might be done in 3 days, considering all risk and so on, this task will be done in 3 days. Yeah, it might be cases when this task will be done in 4 days, but it's highlighted that something was wrong with estimation. But you are not allowed to require someone complete the task today, now, ASAP, or something else. I mean, earlier than in 3 days. But it's absolutely not equal if you complete task in 1 day instead. 3 days you should watch cats on YouTube or something else. No, you should inform your team that you complete this task in advance, a bit earlier or not a bit earlier, but your team should know that you have capacity to do something else within the sprint. But if you have free time and you still I'm not starting from the very beginning. If you have time to complete this task and you are still on a track related to this task, it's okay, and you're allowed to complete this task in 3 days.
And from the developer side, if you feel that it's kind of a pressure for you that you cannot commit in these 3 days of estimation, then yeah, it's absolutely okay to ask some help, suggestions. So don't be shy. Your team should support you. And usually, if you're stuck, then ask questions, ask support.
Yeah, it's a team, and if someone of the team need help, I guess you should, or even you must, to help.
And in this case, you can ask a person to open a pull request with a draft so that you can check the code earlier and review the code earlier and suggest some improvements
Yeah,
or some
time to
ideas.
time, it's okay. Just an example. Uh, we have definition of done for task. It's should be implement the business logic. Uh, we should part the code review, and we should implement unit test. And from time to time, our QA developers. Oh no, QA developers sounds strange.
No.
Uh, QA team ask to push our result as soon as it possible because they have limited time to test, and we push our code in advance for let's say before 1 day of deadline, but this day we spent of written unit tests because our task is not complete without unit tests. Okay. uh, I posted the next question, and it will be the last one for today's session from my side. Can a team leader, scrum master, or some other responsible person add, remove, change task that you are committed to the sprint after the sprint is started? It means, let's say on Wednesday your sprint was started, you have some bunch of tasks for the sprint, but on Friday you got the information that Scrum Master removed some task, other task were added, the priority was changed, the person was reassigned, and something else. Is it okay? Mhm. Tatiana shared her opinion that changes are possible after discussion. Yes, uh, absolutely right that discussion is the most important thing. And also, it's kind of tricky question in the interview related to Scrum. Is it possible to add or remove task? And kind of correct answer. It's okay if you remove one task for some story points and add another for the same amount of story points because Scrum it's flexible something, but it's absolutely not okay if you remove half of story points and add absolutely another one with another weight, or It's this changes was done for a lot of tasks because it's seems kind of absolutely new commitment. In this case, you should start your sprint from the beginning, from the scratch. It means you should conduct planning. You should conduct, if it needed, estimation, refinement, and so on. So, in case of huge changes, the sprint should be started from the scratch. But small changes, it's okay if your total story points the same it was before. Also, within the sprint, it's okay if someone change as a priority because we depend on our customers, we depend on our stakeholders, and time to time it might uh, inform that we decided that this feature is most important than than other feature. It's absolutely okay. It's a scrum, it's agile, it's a flexibility. But it's not okay if you got information that we decided that features that you are working on the sprint are not interesting for us. Please stop doing and start doing something else. It's time to start a sprint from the scratch. Okay, guys, it's everything from my side today. Do you have something to add?
I think students had a lot of questions today.
If you have any question, please feel free to write them. We'll try to answer. And the idea of today's discussion was that the team is, first of all, is a discussion. It's a communication. It's a possibility to ask and got answer in a minimum period of time. It's absolutely not okay if you ask question now and we'll get the answer in 3 days tomorrow. It's absolutely not okay. The team should keep in touch and communicate, discuss, and decide what they should do in this case, and find solution in any situation. Even someone became sick, and you should do the task of this person, or I don't know, you need help and you are going to help some another person. The team is, please just remember that the team is one mechanism.
An organism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, guys,
Seems there is no Atabek today. That's why we have no any questions.
that's a pity.
Yeah. And
But
thank you, Tatiana, for working with us.
yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for answer our questions.
As usual, see you later in the week.
Yeah. Thank you for interactivity.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you, everyone. Tatiana, thank you for being so brave to write, answer, and ask. Thank you so much.
1 point go to Tatiana.
1,000 points.
Just 1,000.
But anyway, so thank you very much and see you next time.
See
Bye.
you. Bye bye.
See you.
Bye-bye, guys.
Fun.